Bandwidth for this podcast is brought to you by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back to MacBreak Studio. I'm Mark, I'm with Steve, and today we're going to look at using a plugin with Final Cut Pro 10 to achieve a very specific kind of effect.
Right, it's called SliceX. A lot of you Final Cut Pro users are already familiar with it. It's basically a plugin that allows you to make a mask and then track that mask.
The company's CoreMelt?
CoreMelt.
Okay,
That's
C-O-R-E-M-E-L-T, CoreMelt.
Right, and look, here's the bottom line. You're going to need to do traveling masks, or you want that mask to animate over time for various reasons. And I'm going to tell you what my reasons are in a moment, but you just can't do that in Final Cut Pro.
You can't really track something. You can do it in Motion, but then you have to go to another app. And
you can do it in Final Cut with this plugin. But I really don't want to talk about the plugin as much as I want to talk about why I want to use it. All right.
There you go.
So let's take a look. So over the holidays, I wrote and directed a short film called Cupcake about this kooky little obsessed Christmas girl who likes to bake cupcakes, and she's kind of, well, she's tormenting this girl in this room. We don't exactly know why.
Very dark and scary.
Very dark one. So she's entering her room here with the cupcake she's baked, and this is like the perfect cupcake.
Okay, it's clearly at night.
Clearly at night. Now, what I'd like to do is bring more focus to that cupcake, because it's kind of ominous. She walks it in, she's got this cupcake she's offering her.
Okay.
It's a peace offering. And I liken it to a 1943 movie called Notorious by Alfred Hitchcock. I'm a big Hitchcock fan, and in that movie, Cary Grant, we're not sure, but we think he wants to murder his wife. And so he's bringing up a glass of milk upstairs, and Hitchcock actually put a light in the glass of milk to bring emphasis.
To make you look at it and bring your attention on it. Okay.
That's right. And if you watch the movie to this day, you're not really sure if Cary Grant is the bad guy or not, and that's because the studio didn't want to give him the impression that he was a bad guy.
Kind of a bad guy. Okay, he wouldn't like that. That wasn't part of his contract.
Right.
I'm the good guy.
Exactly. So it's interesting watching Notorious now with that in mind.
Okay.
So this is my homage to Notorious.
Great.
Okay.
Very cool.
So here, I have this cupcake, and she's coming in. What I'm going to do is I want to create a mask for that cupcake starting about this frame, and I even have a marker there. And I'm going to go ahead and open the effects browser, and notice I'm using a set of effects called a SliceX.
Yep.
Okay, and there's a set of 8 of them in here, and the one I'm interested in, the one that says Color Correct Shape Mask, and there's a bunch of them here, and perhaps we'll get to them at some time. But all you need to do is drag this out and just drop it on the clip. Drop it on the clip.
Just like any
Boom.
effect. Okay.
And look at this, we get this custom interface.
That is very cool.
Yes, I'm already excited. Yes, a whole set of tools.
I know, it gets you excited right away, even though you haven't seen it do anything.
Right, now the thing is, there are different shape masks already built in. You have
what's the funky wavy green line going across the top?
Well, it's kind of a shape mask, but what I want to show is you click this and you'll get different kinds of shapes. That's all they are. Like if you want to create a polygon or kind of you have something that's more shaped like this, you can create different shapes to track. I don't like any of these for what I'm about to do because a cupcake's kind of an odd shape.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is clear it out by clicking the one I want, which is a freeform shape tool.
Okay.
Right? By the way, that's how you clear out a previous shape.
Just
select one. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my mouse over the cupcake, and I'm just going to...
You're just going to drag?
I'm just going to drag.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to just draw.
You're just kind of outlining it.
I'm just going to outline that little cupcake. Boom.
Just like the top of it, the white part.
Just the white part. That's all I'm interested in. It's my glass of milk. It's my Notorious glass of milk. I want to bring emphasis to it.
That's what you want to brighten up. Okay.
Right. So now I could adjust the shape using these handles, and maybe I didn't quite get it right. You can grab these little points. You can move them around.
And I'm assuming you could zoom in on your image if you wanted to look at this.
Again, not interested in that right now. I mean, that's a whole tutorial in itself, and there's plenty. They produce really great tutorials on their site.
Okay.
I'm more interested in what this thing is doing for my shot.
Okay.
And out of the box, it works fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I need to track this shape. She's going to be moving toward the other character. So I'm just going to click this little button right here.
Little forward button.
Little forward button says track forward.
Okay.
And it's just, track. And eventually it gets lost. And the reason it gets lost
is disappearing behind.
Because that cupcake goes behind the character in the foreground.
Oh, that's the character's head in the foreground. That's black.
Right.
Okay.
Now, in technical circles, they would call that. Well, we'd have to mask. That's called an occlusion, right? Because you want to keep the mask following through.
Yeah, the mask can't follow it anymore because the shape basically changes at that point.
It changes. So, again, you could spend some time and use the keyframe tools, and you can keyframe it.
Yes.
Again, not interested because I'm interested in just moving on because I got to get this thing working. So one of the little tricks I do is I'll just, like to about here, I'll just split the clip there. I'll just hit Command B, and I'll remove that. I'll remove the track mask on this side of the clip. So I'll just go over here, open it up, and I'll just turn it off.
Turn it off.
Okay, right. So really, the mask is only happening on this side of the clip.
You're only interested in that part
I'm
of it
only
anyway.
interested in that part anyway.
Okay.
Exactly. So the clip is selected. You can see it. And now I'm going to use their built-in color grading or color correction tools.
They have color correction built into the effect itself.
That's right.
Okay.
So what's really nice is I want to go ahead and just boost the gamma just a little bit there. Just brighten it up just a little bit there. And again,
can you go too far just so I can really see something dramatic happen? Okay, yeah, you can really see it.
And if I want, I can bring in some brightness or saturation. But again, I don't want to overdo it. In fact, I might want to add a little blue because there's a blue light, moonlight coming through the window.
Okay.
So I might just, to match the room ambience or the room light, I might just add just a touch of blue. Just a touch of blue to it.
Okay.
Okay. Again, the idea is I'm relighting the scene. I'm actually putting a spotlight on that cupcake.
Yep.
And doing it digitally.
In post.
So in post. So all I really need to do now is render this out. I mean, you can see the red bar here, and I don't have background rendering turned on, so I'm going to go up to the Modify menu, and I'm going to just render selection. And if you got a fast done like that.
Wow.
So now, if I play this back, watch the cupcake.
Yeah, very, very clear. You can really see it, but it doesn't look like it's fake or anything.
It doesn't. It just adds a little bit of brightness to the light, to the cupcake. And again, if I toggle on and off, you can see before and after.
Definitely.
And
yeah,
I just think it's fantastic, Mark, for little fixes like this.
It's great because the built-in color corrector tool in Final Cut Pro 10, you can mask something and then you can track it by keyframing.
Right.
But that would take a lot of work to make that work correctly. And to be able to really draw the shape out exactly and have it track, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's about $100 for the tool set, and you know what? It depends on what your time's worth.
Yeah.
That was $100 well spent,
yeah.
in my humble opinion.
For one shot, and now you've got it for anything, because you can use it for all kind of things.
All kinds of stuff. All kind of stuff. And perhaps we'll hit that in future MacBreak episodes.
Great.
So we'll take
Excellent.
a look. Yeah.
Steve, great. Thank you. Hope that was useful for you guys. Thank you for watching MacBreak Studio.